So, it's the beginning of June. The sun's shining, the weather's starting to get a lot warmer, and as you can probably tell by some of my past videos, convention season is upon us. It's my favorite time of year, I love it, I'm super excited, but I also realized that not everybody has been to as many conventions as I have. And a lot of people are starting to go for the very first time, which is awesome. I'm so excited. I want people to go to cons to see what it's all about, what the culture is like, what the people do there. They're a lot of fun and I really like them. But you may be asking yourself, especially if you're traveling for a convention, going several hours across several different states, what should I bring? I can't tell you how many times I've been to a convention and said, shit, I forgot my toothbrush, or I forgot XYZ prop. This is great. And I don't want that to happen for you guys. So what I've taken to doing over the past couple of years is actually just kind of like writing out a list of the stuff that I need and want. And maybe what I bring with me, what I take with me, will help you guys when you start to pack for your own. So I guess call this Con Prep 101. What to bring with you and what to do when you're getting ready to stay overnight at a hotel for a convention. I think the first and most important thing for me is kind of like scope out the area around your hotel. What's there? Are there amenities nearby? What does the hotel itself provide? If you're paying for a hotel that's like either adjacent to the convention or nearby, you'll probably be fine. There'll probably be a bunch of stuff around, but it also might be expensive. One of the things I like to look for when we go to stay somewhere, where's the nearest grocery store? Where's the nearest pharmacy? Are there food places around that aren't too expensive? Is there fast food, convenience stores, anything like that nearby? Finding out that saves me a lot of time in the long run, especially if emergencies happen. You get out late, you need something to eat quick. You injure yourself and all of a sudden you need like bandages or ibuprofen or something like that. It's a really good idea to just kind of figure out where you're going to be and what's there rather than going out and seeing, oh crap, there's nothing here. Next, this is just kind of a general guideline of stuff that I bring with me. It may be very different for you. You may need to bring things that I haven't even thought of. And if you do, let everybody know down below in the comments. I'm sure it'll help somebody out, or if not just me. First thing I bring, and I make sure to bring every year, is Advil, or some sort of like over-the-counter painkiller. You're gonna be on your feet a lot. You're gonna be walking possibly to the convention center, to panels, standing around, doing photo shoots for stuff if you're in cosplay, just walking around the vendors and the dealers room, the artist alley. There's a lot of movement going on at conventions. And I find that for me, by the end of the day, my feet are absolutely destroyed, regardless of what shoes I'm wearing. So painkillers really help with that. It's, varies based on what you want, but I tend to prefer Advil liquid gels. Next, I suggest some sort of shelf-stable snacks or a breakfast. I live on Pop-Tarts at conventions. They're super easy to pack. I can throw them in a bag. I can have one on my way out of the room. It's a very quick and easy way to make sure you get something to eat. Eating at the convention itself is likely going to be pretty expensive. I have seen several places have, $8 chicken fingers. And if you're not looking to spend that, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Bringing snacks with you, bringing food to the room. I know, a lot of people, it's changing nowadays because more and more places start to have Keurig machines, but I've heard of people making ramen in coffee pots. Having some food with you will save and cut costs, especially because conventions can be really expensive. Next, I always bring our cosplay emergency kit. My sisters and I kind of threw this together. Based on other ones we've seen, we got like a little Tupperware box at like Five Below or something like that. It looks like a tackle box. But in it we keep all of the vital supplies that are shared, but also that we're gonna need to have. I have a problem with my wigs slipping. So we usually end up sewing the wigs into my hair with a curved needle and thread. So I always make sure to grab that curved needle as well as appropriate thread to match the color. That's where we keep our face paint, any lipstick that we might need for conventions, nail polish remover, safety pins, hot glue sticks, things like that, you know, in case of emergency, you'll have on hand so that you won't be caught unaware. I know a lot of larger conventions, specifically ones that are very cosplay friendly, have started to have a like cosplay emergency room or cosplay repair room where they have a lot of supplies open and available, but that's not guaranteed. You can never be sure if you're going to be at a convention with that and what you might need. So it can't hurt to bring it with you. My next suggestion is to bring enough underwear for the entire convention plus 2 additional days. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's going to be so hot that you're going to sweat to death. You don't know if you're going to end up jumping into the pool in full costume. You don't know if unforeseen emergencies will happen. Better to be safe than sorry. Grab the 2 extra pairs and make sure you're nice and clean. On the subject of being clean, please, above any other toiletry, bring deodorant. Confunk is real. People smell. Conventions, especially in the summer, are big, full of hundreds of people who may or may not smell good. Do your part to prevent con stink. Wear your deodorant and reapply it throughout the day if need be, please. Next, in regards to the hotel, depending on how many people you have in your room, I know it's quite popular to stack rooms, so you might want to see about bringing an air mattress or additional pillows, sometimes even blankets. A lot of hotels will have spare blankets available, but keep in mind that convention hotels typically sell out, and you're not going to be the only person who's going to need an extra blanket. They may run out. Better to have your own than to not. As for pillows, I always bring mine. Make sure you put like a pillowcase on it that really stands out so you're less inclined to leave it behind. But bring an extra pillow, bring 2 extra pillows. You really never know what you're gonna need. My next suggestion would be, if you're a cosplayer, do something similar to this and come up with a checklist of all of the components that you're gonna need for your costume. It's real easy to forget something small. It's real easy to forget a piece of jewelry or, a certain undergarment you might need specifically for a costume. Write it down, keep it all together, and that way you'll have everything, especially if you're going to be entering the cosplay competitions, because judges look for detail. And if you're missing that tiniest little detail that somebody else has over you, that could cost you the whole competition. I personally, when I'm not using them, I keep all of the components to my cosplays in individual Tupperware containers, and I like to transport my costumes in the containers. That's not always plausible. I mean, my sister and I usually ride down together. She's got all of her Artist Alley stuff. I've got all of my cosplay stuff. It can get to be a bit cramped, especially if you're like sharing a ride. So just keep that in mind, see what you can do to make sure that your costume stays together. Also, makeup. Make sure, if you're gonna be cosplaying somebody with body paint, somebody with a very intricate facial paint up, make sure you've got all the components for that with you. Make sure you've got the base, the set. Please, if you're going to be wearing body paint, use fixative on your paint, on your body paint, so that you don't spread all over the place. Karen has several banners that have been ruined by people in Homestuck costumes who didn't seal their body paint and have left gray handprints on our white banner. This isn't just a problem in the Homestuck fandom. There are several characters that require lots of paint that end up transferring, and you want to look your best, so make sure to get the fixative. I'm a big fan of the Ben Nye set. No, they're not sponsoring me. It's just what I've used in the past, and it don't budge. It's good stuff. The next thing I would recommend having with you is a comfortable pair of walking shoes. You never know how far around you're going to be walking, especially if you're in just street clothes. Have a pair of sneakers with you. If you're in a cosplay and you're walking from your hotel to the convention center, I know like in Atlantic City where Amanda May Next is, that's a bit of a hike. So bring shoes with you, have some way to store them, put them in a backpack, check it or something. It'll save your feet. Please trust me on this one. The next thing I would recommend bringing is cash. How much is up to you, but you never know when you're going to need it. If you need to call a taxi, if you need to pay tolls, if the hotel you're staying at has valeted parking and you need to tip your valet, which you do, if you're at a convenience store that doesn't take card, even at the convention itself, not every vendor is going to be able to accept credit card. Some will, some use Square. I know my sister uses Square, but not everybody will. So better to be safe than sorry and actually have the cash on you. And it's just good to have in case of emergencies, in case your cards get stolen. Cash is accepted pretty much everywhere. Another small suggestion that we've had luck with in the past that, again, might vary based on your experience, we bring a fan with us, just like a small portable fan, something you would have in like a college dormitory. Rooms get stuffy, especially if you have several people in them, and you're gonna wanna circulate the air despite, the room will probably have air conditioning itself. It's just good to get some circulation going, and at the end of the day, especially if you're overheated, sometimes it's just nice to sit in front of the fan with it blowing in your face. Another gentle suggestion, bring pajamas. I know not everybody sleeps in pajamas. I'm a tank top and underwear kind of gal myself, but you don't want to subject people to your butt that you don't have to. Bring a pair of pajama pants or pajama shorts, a pair of gym shorts, something like that. Just make sure it's comfortable and something that you can move around in case the fire alarm gets pulled like you're at KatsuCon. And finally, this is my suggestion of toiletries. I bring these with me every year. Your list may vary depending on your needs, but personally, I opt for shampoo and conditioner, makeup wipes, because you never know what you're gonna need to get off your face, toothpaste and a toothbrush, hairbrush, bobby pins, and hairspray. The latter two are mostly because of wig wearing, but you never know what you're gonna need. Many hotels will provide you with them for a fee. I personally find that I'm not a big fan of using the little hotel soaps. They're never enough for my long hair, and it's just good to have. So I think that's it. I think that's my list of cosplay preparedness. If you guys have any suggestions, things you think I missed, let me know down in the comments. I'd be really interested to see what you guys suggest because I don't want to forget it either. If you liked what you saw, let me know. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel, even pass it on to your friends, especially because now the con season's coming up. We got a lot of new kids and I'm so happy. I'd love to meet you guys there. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.